You can't even imagine the amount of DMs I get per day of people asking me about Backcar and Aviva. You've probably seen it
Oh
on
yeah,
some of
yeah,
my
yeah, dude. I'm
stories.
subbed to her
Dude, so many people.
OnlyFans.
Same type. Are you really?
Yeah, I'm subbed to her OnlyFans.
I mean, I did.
Let's
I
help my
reviewed
girlfriend. I hope
it.
my I hope my
I
girl.
could just sent it for
No,
you
oh bro,
after I
no, no, no,
reviewed
no,
it.
no. You reviewed it.
So what's up, guys? Joined on screen, we have Soosh, the one, the only. Dude, you're an inspiration lately to so many people.
Yeah,
By the way,
man, it's
guys,
been
if you are
crazy.
a fan of Soosh, you better like the video, subscribe to the channel.
100%.
Um, Jumping right into it, I mean, we were just talking behind the scenes. I mean, fuck, we might as well just jump into that topic right now.
Yeah.
Does it pertain to like Jesse James? I heard you brought up like Noel and whatnot
Yeah,
and
so
Raw Gear.
we were just talking about Noel and Raw Gear. It doesn't have anything to do with Jesse. Jesse and I are cool, but I guess Noel and I aren't because I guess somebody, I texted you yesterday. I was like, maybe we should talk about Raw Gear
Hmm.
because somebody DM me. It was like, "Yo, King, are you aware that Noel unfollowed you?" And I was like, "No, I wasn't aware." So I checked and yeah, she unfollowed me. So I was like, that's kind of weird. But I think it was because yesterday, I'm with Young LA, and so we had a drop, and we were dropping some dope tie dye gear, and I had mentioned in it, I was like, "Yo, this isn't like the raw gear ones that are ugly as fuck," and that was
Hmm.
kind of what I said, and maybe that's what triggered it because she's over in Brad's crib, so
Right.
maybe that's what triggered it, and she unfollowed me, and hey, man, it happens. So
Well, does Brad follow you?
no,
Or do you
Brad is
know?
not.
He does
No, he
not.
doesn't. He's not too
Dude,
fond of
but
me
that's the
either.
thing with social media, though. I mean, shit, you've probably seen it like time and time again, bro. People get so sensitive over like the littlest thing. I've had people
Yeah,
unfollow me because I post like one little joke that they think is not a joke, and then
yeah,
they get all butthurt about it, or like they'll message me about it, and it's just like, dude, this like generation is just, I don't know.
yeah. Brad doesn't.
I had a little falling out with Jesse a little bit actually after we filmed the podcast
Oh,
with
really?
you.
What happened?
Not like a falling out, but I just kind of got like butthurt a little bit. But just because I'm like, I mean, I'll get your opinion on it because I'm like a man of my word. So what happened was we had the podcast. Jesse was gonna come out to Vegas to film
Yeah, I
like the
saw he was in
video.
Vegas with
He, I
Dave.
think
Yeah.
he, I think he actually just posted that video, or
Hmm.
he like his Vegas video, which David Lade was here, and I get it because like my past with David Lade, if like David doesn't want me associated or
Right.
around him, I totally fucking get that. So
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
was
so we made
that
this
I'm.
previous plan basically that he was gonna come out to Vegas. I was gonna round up all these girls for his video because like I'm pretty well connected in Vegas. So me and
You
my
got all
buddy
the
got
hoes.
together like 10 to 15 girls probably, and it's like everyone's on schedule. I respect everyone's time and whatnot. So Jesse says that he has like this pool club set up for us, and I think that's where he filmed that in his video, and that he wanted me to bring all these girls by. So I set up like a gym time. I set up like all the timing with these girls, and then Jesse just dips out of nowhere and goes and films with David Lade. Doesn't even give me like a heads up or anything. And it's
Hmm.
like I'm totally cool with that. If someone gives me a heads up and they're like, "Yo, David Lade just doesn't like you. I want to film with David." Bro, I'd be totally fucking fine with that. But it's like I just hate because then I'm the one that's in the crosshair for like all the 10 to 15 girls who I've like scheduled and like got them to take the time for this video. And it was just like, it was such a headache that he put me through, bro. And I was just like, I just hate that shit.
Yeah, I mean stuff like that. It's like at this point, for me, I like where I'm at because I create relationships with people. I don't. If someone tells me something about somebody else, it's not gonna like destroy my relationship with that person. Whether
Right.
that be like I'm in like the middle. I don't want to be just because somebody is enemies with another guy. I would like that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be
Right.
enemies with that person because I'm trying to like in the middle of everything. I'm not really in like a circle,
Right. And
unless it's like
I still
unless it's
love
like raw
Jesse.
gear.
Like nothing against him. I'm just like, I just respect people's time. I'm like, yo, just give me a heads up. Like, especially
Yeah,
because, I mean, it's business at the end of the day, YouTube and whatnot, and planning to meet up, film collabs, do vlogs here and there. And I know you're doing like your everyday content now, right? For the
yeah.
people that are watching.
Lately, it's like been four. It's my fourth day today doing
Hey,
everyday vlogs.
how's that going? That's like Casey Neistat shit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going for. It's tough, dude. Because I was mostly doing it, dude. I'm mostly doing it just because, like, I talked about this on my podcast. I was like, yo, I'm like, I was getting paid, right? I'm getting money, and I'm only doing one video a week when I know there's tons of younger influencers or smaller influencers than me, hungrier than me, like pumping out more content than me, and I'm over here and I'm like, damn, I feel like a piece of shit. So I'm gonna start just grinding it out just for a little bit, just to like kind of push me back, like, hit the ground running.
Are you trying to
So
keep like the authentic? Because I know that's like what you're kind of known for is just being like the super raw, like
yeah.
transparent, just kind of like putting it out there how it is.
Yeah, you'll never, I mean, bro, you'll never catch me doing a video where it's like, I mean, no hate to anybody who does any of these types of videos because hey, if you're chasing like that viral
Hmm.
ability of content, it's like, yeah, go ahead, go for it. But I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do a special type of video just because the goal is to go viral. And that's
Right.
why and that's why I think my growth is so steady. Like I don't really have a spike. I've never had a
Mhm.
crazy spike. It's just been linear, because I don't have like I haven't had like a viral video or a viral post or anything like that.
Do you kind of chase like the viral ideas, or is it more just kind of like the yo, this is like my day to day
Bro,
life, take you
literally,
guys along with it?
dude, yeah, literally my videos are, dude, I wake up, I toss on the camera and it's whatever I do that day. And it's literally the same video like every single day. But I mean, like people are fucking with it. So,
Right. No, dude, that's what I was about to say. Dude, people fuck with it for sure. Cause like, I mean, when I put up who you guys want to see on the podcast next, you're like always one of the top like
mhm.
responses coming in, bro. People want to see you for sure. So that jumps into like who would be or who would you say, I guess, is like your greatest inspiration, I guess, into like starting YouTube or like the fitness journey. I guess someone probably relate it to like Ziz or
Yeah, I would say so. Not really YouTube wise, but I know like I know you and John aren't on like good terms or whatever, but like John Skywalker is like
Mhm.
him and I or like I used to look up to him, but I would say originally it would be Callum. So
Kellen Von Moger.
yeah, like
Uh-huh.
because I started working out in 2018. Um like right at the start of 2018 it was like my New Year's resolution, and I didn't know who. I literally like would look up on Instagram like gym because I didn't know that there was a whole type of fitness scene. I didn't know who anybody was, and I would just like look up hashtag gym, and I kept on seeing Callum. I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow this guy because like this is gonna be my first guy that I'm gonna follow. So I started watching Callum. Then I like slowly started watching like Don Mazzetti's like all his old Bro Science Life videos
Mhm.
because like I was behind on it because I had started in 2018, but I'm watching all these old videos and like just like laughing my fucking ass off because this is so new to
Right.
me. And I was so new to the gym, and I was like, okay, so Dom is funny or Mike is funny, and then like Callum, I like him because he's got a sick physique. Because back in 2018, dude was a monster, and then he was doing his videos, he was on top of his YouTube, and then I remember
Mhm.
watching you because you actually got me into like the whole SARMs because back then you were like a big, your channel
Right.
was you had a SARMs channel, you had a
It
like you
was
were
this
doing
channel actually.
yeah, and you just switched it
Yeah.
over. Yeah, you were
Yep.
doing like the SARMs review. I remember being in my fucking college dorm room when I used to go to school, and I would like lay in bed and I would be watching you and like guys like Russo, like, and you guys are the ones who fucking got me into the dark side. Like, I
Ah,
started with
fuck.
SARMs.
We're the
Yeah,
ones that got you down the dark path.
yeah,
Shit. So I guess that kind of jumps into, bro, like for the people watching, like what are you on right now? Or like what's your goal, I guess? Like
yeah.
stepping
So
on stage or
no, I mean, I'm actually thinking about doing a show in October here in Houston, just because it's like, and a lot of people have been telling me it's not even just to win. It's honestly just so I have a date, right? And it's
Mhm.
like I got to be accountable and I got to look a certain way at this date. Because right now I'm cutting, but I'm not really, I don't have a show, I'm just cutting.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to look good. But like if I had a show date, might be a little bit more motivation for me to actually, dial it the fuck in every single day. Because some days I'm like, whatever, I'll do this and do that. But rather than like if you have a show, like you have to be like you can't step on stage looking like shit. It's like it
Right.
makes it it makes it official, right? Like you have
Mhm.
to be shredded at this certain date. So I was thinking about doing a show, but I don't know if I will just because I mean obviously it's great content to like prep for a show and everything like that, but I don't know if I ever will. Or I
I mean,
definitely
it,
will,
it
but
could go
not
hand
not
in
this
hand with
year.
the everyday vlog, what you kind of just started doing. That could be
Yeah.
like a good, or
But
I
then
know you're an
like
alpha elite,
yeah.
so because isn't Christian's probably summer shredding or something
Yeah,
coming
that's
up?
what it is. It's summer shred. So
Oh, is that going to be the competition?
yeah, there's
Okay.
so there's two competitions, summer shredding. There's one in June, and then that one I definitely won't be ready for. But there's one in October, and October is like a pretty good while away. So I might do the October one. I mean, somebody mentioned it to me, and I was like, yeah, maybe I do that, but I don't think I will, honestly. But I'm really trying to just right now. I'm just trying to look good. I'm just trying
Mhm.
to look good. Like I'm not really trying to be the biggest guy, but I'm just trying to like have abs, look good. be lean, and then at the same time hold a decent amount of muscle. And so right now I'm on 300 milligrams of test, and then I have 100 milligrams of tren, and
Mhm.
then I just started today actually 20 micrograms of clen. And I know you fucking hate clen. We talked about that one time
I
over
mean, I
DM.
do, but I see its purpose.
Yeah,
Like I get why people take it.
yeah. So I'm on 20 micrograms of clen, and then I'll take cardarine like every day. I do cardio every other day, so I'll take cardarine before my cardio, and like it just totally. It's like here's my cardio without it, and here's my cardio with it. It's just a lot
Right.
easier with
It's just a
cardarine.
night and day difference.
Yeah.
It's just
So
crazy.
that's
I was actually talking to Tony on the last podcast about 100 milligrams of tren actually, and he was talking about doing that just for like overall therapeutic like benefits,
yeah.
mental wise and everything. Kind of as almost like a nootropic along with also like the benefit of taking tren, and then you don't like encounter all the side effects and all
Yeah, I
that.
mean, dude, I broke out a little bit. I mean, I deal with acne. Like acne is my number one side effect. So I'm on Accutane right now. They got me on 90 milligrams, which is just I know it's just
Hmm.
fucking destroying my liver. But I'm on Tudka, I'm on NAC. I'm trying to keep my liver healthy. I get my bloods done. So like everything right now, like my liver enzymes are a little bit high. So I want to be careful with the trend because I do know somebody who was just on trend and test. Not too much either, and he got jaundice. Like his
Oh,
eyes were
really?
yellow, dude, totally skin yellow, just got fucked up, and he was out.
Damn.
He was out of the gym for like 2 months. So that's definitely something that I want to avoid.
Do you
But
have like is it kind of like night and day difference when
with
you're
trend,
yeah, like when you hop on cycle, does like your acne just like spike like
well,
crazy?
it's so I mean, you know Derek, right?
Yeah.
More plates, more dates. So him and I
Hmm.
were talking. We think it's just 19 Nors because there were points where I was running like 500 milligrams of test with zero side effects, maybe a little puffy nips. But then when I threw in Deca, um, about I don't know 3 or 4 months ago. I threw in Deca. I had no acne, maybe the
Hmm.
occasional pimple. I threw in Deca, and dude, immediately I broke out really bad. And then I thought it was manageable. So I upped it, and I was at 400 milligrams of Deca, 400 milligrams of test, and that just fucked my face. It obliterated my
Hmm.
acne. It was so bad. I had to hop off. I hopped off that cycle early, and that was like my bulking cycle, man. Like that was when I was gonna put on massive. I was gonna put on fucking weight, but like I
Right.
had to stop because I just couldn't, dude. I couldn't. I was so self conscious, especially when
Hmm.
I'm in front of a camera, man. When I'm in front of a camera that's shooting 1080p, like I every single
Yeah.
day, I can't, dude. I can't. I just see it, I would get so discouraged. I didn't even want to
I
film.
probably have one like right over here. That's why I turned this way. But like, dude,
Yeah,
mine as soon as I hop back on test or like TRT, act like it's always pimples on my nose. That's like literally it. And then gyno, that's like my biggest thing like ever since I was a teenage. It just like flares
yeah.
up if I hop like on whatever. But so at least you're not
I
like I
th-
guess prone to baldness or hair loss.
I don't think
Yours
so
is
because I
probably
am.
more so the acne.
Yeah, I'm Asian, so mostly Asian guys like John, me, a couple of my buddies here at Alphalete who are also Asian, like that thick black hair. We don't really see too much balding, but we'll see because I want to start. I have 2 vials of Masteron here, so once I start getting in like close to single digit, if I can get to like 10%, I might toss in some Masteron to see how nutty I can look. But I don't think I'll do that anytime soon, just because like with like my Accutane and stuff, and I'm already on like
Right.
400 milligrams of gear, so I don't really want to push it. But I was gonna say,
Is that why you're
a
kind of
hu-
avoiding the orals? Sorry to interrupt.
yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, that's exactly why. I didn't
Hmm.
want to take like even Anavar. Like Anavar, pharmaceutical Anavar is like almost side effect free, right? Whatever. It's
Hmm.
like even that, I think I'm literally scared because the amount of Accutane that I'm on, I just don't. I would hate to get some liver damage. But I was
Right.
gonna say 100 milligrams of Trent because Dr. Tony. So you guys were saying that 100 milligrams for just the mental, right? Nootropic idea of
Yeah,
it.
just like overall health benefit, like no drawbacks to it that he honestly thinks, if I'm remembering right off the top of my head, that like almost everyone should be doing it just because it's like you don't have the night sweats, the insomnia, the trend
Alongside
rage.
TRT.
Just in general, he said it would be like great, like overall, just like mental boost and overall clarity, basically like essentially a nootropic at that point. But obviously very low dose trend, whereas most people are probably going to run, like 400 milligrams. I'd say probably is like standard per week trend for
Yeah.
most people.
Um.
But yeah, super
Couple
low.
of couple of people. A couple of people have been telling me to run start at 200. They were like, I don't know why you're on 100. You should like people really start feeling it at 200. So maybe I'll titrate up to 200 like along the line. But yeah, right now 100, dude, it has me feeling fucking good. Like
Mhm.
I think I was on, dude, I was on 200 milligrams of test is my TRT, and I was on 200 milligrams. I had low libido, and I
Mhm.
didn't realize it until I hopped on trend. And I'm as soon as I started the trend, dude, I was just 10 times more horny. And it was night and day, dude. I was 10 times more horny, and like I wouldn't say I'm extra aggressive, but I'm more irritable. So I'm
Right.
slightly more irritable, which honestly is like not that much of a bad thing because it makes me more alert, you know? It's kind of like you said, it's like a nootropic, you know? It kind of
Right.
it makes me feel good, it makes me feel aggressive. Um and as well as the I upped the test, so I was on 200 tests, 300, now I'm on 300 alongside the 100 tests. So I don't know if that has to do with any maybe upping the test or just the 100 milligrams of Tren is doing that.
It's probably the
But I did
trend, but
have,
Craig
yeah,
calls
I
it
did
a
have a
trend.
little
He
bit
calls
of,
it trendic.
yeah, I did have
Yeah.
Trendic.
Yeah. That shit's
I
wild. Like
had,
for the people that have experienced it or haven't that are watching, I mean, it's like night and day.
I almost think that I almost think that I am a hyper responder to 19 Nors.
Hmm.
Um, because like when I started my Deca, dude, when I tell you I blew up, I fucking blew up. And it wasn't on. I started at 200 milligrams, and I started making crazy gains. That's when I started to break out. So I think I could be a hyper responder to 19 Norse because even on 100 milligrams of trend, like I think I feel it like pretty good. I've been
Hmm.
making. It's like it's I don't know. It's tough to say just because I don't know what's from what. But I mean, I was getting trendic. Like I couldn't get hard. Um, I would be horny, but I couldn't keep the hard on. So I had to I took a caber, like a
Oh,
point
like
two five of
you had the
caber.
like decadic.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I took point two five of caber. The next day I was just like perfect, ready to go, rock hard. So I think I could be a hyper responder on 19 Nors. And if that is the case, I mean, like that'd be pretty dope because then I could run like 200 trend and kind of get the effects of,
Dude, I mean, I
however
know from
much.
my experience, my biggest I ever was high test, high deca, like just those two together, and then I might have had like a SARM in there at that point. It was like right after my competition, but yeah, that was like the biggest I'd ever got easily.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Dude, I was what? So it's a funny story. I was on, I would say at the time I was on 400 tests, 400 Deca, and and this was like right in the middle of my bulk because I'm just coming off a bulk. I'm cutting right now. It's right in the middle of my bulk, and I was like, dude, I was feeling so good, but I was a little soft, and which I assume is just what was water. And so this was when I had scheduled Noel to come.
Hmm.
So I was like, fuck, bro, I don't want Noel to see me all like soft and shit and chubby. So I started ripping Clen. I did a 20 one day, next day 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, then pyramid down.
Right,
So I had like 2 weeks to prepare. So I did that. And then I also was on like dandelion root extract, which is like just a natural
right for the
diuretic.
water. Yeah.
And I shaved off about 7 pounds in like 3 days. And when I tell you it's the nuttiest I've ever looked, it was just it was like I was the same leanness as I was when I started the bulk, but I had added just like 5 pounds of sheer muscle, and I looked awesome. I looked sick as fuck when Noelle was here. But then like as soon as she left, I just
Hmm.
like hopped back on the bulk and then let
Like
it
fuck
go.
it, game. All right, back on the fucking bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Started eating
So
more.
you brought up Noel. So how did that even like come about? That whole scenario? Because I know you're in like a relationship now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is what I've
I'm
seen.
with I
Okay.
have a girlfriend here. She's been living with
Did you
me.
meet her at the
Everything.
gym, or how'd that
Yeah, I
work
met.
more?
She's literally just like she's not really on social media. Like she obviously has an Instagram and stuff, but
Right.
yeah, I just met her at the gym one day, and you know we started. Originally it was just kind of like a fuck buddy,
Hmm.
but then like obviously she started like spending more time with or each other, and then we started dating, and that's usually
Right.
how it goes. But yeah, with Noelle, I had obviously seen her from Jesse's videos, and I thought it would just be funny to like DM her. So I think what happened was I don't know. Oh, I think Jesse had posted her, and I commented on that post or something like that. I totally forget, but I had like shot my shot in public on somebody's post,
Hmm.
and then actually a fan had like totally assisted me and was like, yo, let's, oh, you know what? Now I know what it is. It was, it was Noel's post, and it was, let Soosh hit if Jesse won't. And I had never talked to
Hmm.
Noel in my whole entire life at that point. And so I said, I commented on that for real. And she had liked that, liked my reply. So I DM'd her after
Hmm.
that. And then we just started Snapchatting. And then probably a month later, I had flown her out.
Okay. So you actually like flew her out to?
Yeah,
Was she
yeah.
living with you, or was she just kind of staying there?
So she was, no, yeah, she was living here at my house for about 2 weeks, and then she went back to Jersey, and then like a month later, she came back for like 6 days.
Dude, because I remember you also. I mentioned it with Jesse on the podcast. I remember because I was following you at the time. You had a thing with Brandon's ex, Brittany, or you were like they just like posting it, and
Oh,
your
dude,
your
yeah,
like
I
your
would just
army
fuck
was like
around. Yeah,
messaging her.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
would just fuck. I love fucking with Brittany, especially just because she's like, she is, she, like, when I, it's hard to say, like, when I, like, if say some shit about her, I'll like post her on my spam account. Like, I have a spam account, which is pretty much just like the most highly engaged account of like, it has like 30K, I think. And like
Hmm.
all, like if I post a story, like it'll get like 30K views because everyone's active on that account. So I had posted her thing and I was like, yo, spam it up just for jokes. And like
Uh-huh.
they would spam it up. And then I saw her at the gym one time and I took a pic with her. And I was gonna post it and tag Brandon Hardy, but I ended up not doing that.
Fuck, you should have
But
done it, bro.
yeah, Brandon's he's a character, man.
Dude, you're like me. I just love like you can't even imagine the amount of DMs I get per day of people asking me about back Beaver. You've probably seen
Oh
on
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah. Dude, I'm
stories.
subbed to her
Getting so many people.
OnlyFans.
Same type. Are you really?
Yeah, I'm subbed to her OnlyFans.
I mean, I
Let's
did. I
help my
reviewed
girlfriend.
it.
I hope my
I
girl.
could just sent it for
No,
you
oh, bro,
after I
no, no, no,
reviewed
no.
it.
No, you reviewed it, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I gotta fucking see this, and I bought it after I watched your video. I swear to God.
See, for the girls that are watching, when I review your OnlyFans, it makes sales. A lot of
Yeah,
them don't get that. I'm
I
like, even if I
swear to
talk
God.
mad shit, like you would still just increase your revenue like immensely.
Yeah, and actually, now that I think about it,
Yeah,
you
you
were
should just hit
doing
me up. I would have been
OnlyFans.
like, hey, here you go, King. You know.
The I remember you were doing OnlyFans reviews, and I actually did an OnlyFans review in like one of my very early videos on YouTube.
Hmm.
And I did an OnlyFans review just off of like two random bitches, and I was just like, yeah, this will be funny. But I got that idea from you, and I even mentioned you. I was like, yeah, a couple of guys are doing this, so I thought it'd be fun. And I was like, it was like the two biggest names I could think of. I think it was like
Right.
Tana.
Uh huh.
It was Tana, and then it
Yeah.
was Trisha Paytas or
Paytas?
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
I
did
reviewed
that.
that one too. That one was odd, bro.
Yeah, it was just a funny. It's just a funny shit to do. But yeah, I'm sub to Bakar's.
Hey, let's go. Dude, that
Yeah.
topic blew up though, honestly, because I started doing that and I was like, oh, I need to capitalize on this. And then everyone started making those videos
Mm-hmm.
and then like pulling insane views. And then now I think though it's a different like demographic on YouTube or like different censorship. I don't know if you're allowed to fucking or like the reach on it. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, there's
Mine's
something
starting to
weird
get
with
like limited.
OnlyFans. Yeah, it's something weird with OnlyFans where it's like you can't, like, I don't think you can properly advertise your OnlyFans on like Instagram or something like that because you're
Right.
supposed to not talk about. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Dude, I've been trying to get this girl Kelly Rose to like come commit. I just need to send my army to like spam her.
Yeah, that's the way to do
Get
it.
you to, your army's fucking relentless though, bro. Like
I
I thought
know.
I thought I had like loyal fans that'll like just spam people nonstop, but yours are like whole nother level, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I try not to be too like. I didn't realize it until I would like literally would have like just thousands of people just attack, not attack, but like they'll just go after
Right.
somebody or like they'll like spam comment some funny shit, and it's just like, okay, I do have to chill.
Yeah, yo,
So I yeah,
cause how old are you right now?
I'm 20. I just turned 21.
Oh shit, so you actually turned 21 now.
Hmm.
Dang, bro, you need to come out to Vegas then, for
I
sure.
know. I think I might make a road trip to LA and then I'd stop in Vegas.
Hell yeah, no, you definitely should.
Yeah.
Um, so we were talking about like your inspiration. Who do you think? I mean, I don't know if you'd be open to talk about it. Like, who do you think, in your opinion, would be like the most fake influencer, like in YouTube or just like social
Uh,
media in general? Like, who do you not
yeah.
fuck with?
Well, uh, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know. I don't know Brad personally.
Brad Martin.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know him personally, but I don't like him. and obviously this is all hearsay because I've never talked to him,
Hmm.
but I feel every time I've heard somebody talk about him, it's usually not like these are like past raw gear athletes or, you
Hmm.
know, or just like my like people that I know, and I I don't really hear anything really positive about him. And
Right.
I've heard a couple good things, but it's mostly like not that good of things.
You know what's
But
interesting
it's tough
is
to say. I don't
I've had a
know. I've
lot of
never
people
met
tell
him.
me that though.
Yeah, and
Which is,
and
I mean, I've personally never had a bad experience with him, but I can see how I know Brad on a personal level, and I know he's just great at fucking marketing and like always being talked about and being relevant.
mhm.
So,
and that's what's
back
going on with Raw Gear is he's getting all these younger influencers, and that's his way of staying relevant.
right, no, and then like obviously collaborating with Nelk and everything, because I remember even back in the day when him and Callum were doing like a bunch of their content together, and back when him and Dom were making freaking content. I
Yeah,
think they're like roommates now, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, I personally never had a bad experience with Brad, but I know how like obviously chasing the views and the clout and everything just kind of is a
yeah.
not
And
so
that's the
good
thing is
path.
like I don't have really anything bad about him to say because I've never met him. I've never talked to him. Maybe I'll meet him one day and he's the coolest fucking guy ever. But I'm just saying like,
I think honestly you would like him if you met him.
yeah.
I,
I
I,
mean,
I
I don't
think like
know.
what he's perceived to be, and then like obviously like the Noel being an athlete and then like unfollowing you now and stuff.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Or I mean I don't know. I feel like you guys could probably hit it off though pretty
I
good.
mean, if Dom, if Mike is cool with him, and like I've talked to Mike over game, he's also a really genuine guy that I got in touch with him through the owner of Young LA, Gary. Um, he seems like a really fucking cool guy. Like he wished me happy birthday last week, and I was like, "What, dude? Like this is like I did that was like the last person I would expect."
Hmm.
So yeah, I feel like if he fucks with Brad enough, then I mean, maybe yeah, I'd fuck with Brad, but I just
I think it's kind of like the classic scenario how there's like the social media persona and then there's like the actual
yeah,
Brad, and it's like when you actually get to talk to him like without a camera, it's kind of like a night and day difference. He's just always working, I feel like, is a thing, and he wants to like remain relevant. Like some people like that's like their utmost importance.
hmm
It's just like if they start to lose relevancy, like their life is over type thing.
yeah.
Not to say that Brad's like always chasing the clout, but I think he's one of those people where he always kind of wants to be in the scene or at least talked about.
Yeah, for sure. But I think he's doing a good job with Raw Gear. It's just like that alone is going to keep him in the loop because
Hmm.
obviously Raw Gear is just catching a lot of steam right now. So, yeah, who knows? I mean, he's definitely a business guy for
And
sure.
it's kind of like the rivalry, because you're obviously young LA, he's raw gear.
hmm
It'd be kind of like I assume probably you don't fuck with many like Jed North people. I don't even know like who's
Yeah,
an
I mean
athlete with them
Jed
anymore,
North is kind of like washed. I feel like
but it's just kind of
only
like
guy I
that. I feel
know
like
is
that base rivalry.
only guy I know is Carlton Loth.
That dude's shredded, by the way, aesthetic as
Yeah,
fuck.
dude, and that's another person who had like no idea, like fucked with my content, and he had like DM'd me, and I was like, holy shit, Carlton Loft just DM'd me because he's the fucking his physique's insane. But yeah, he's a Jet North athlete, so
Right. So, I was gonna ask you like, what was that thing last weekend with young LA being like raided by the FBI? You know?
I have no clue. That's
No,
the first time I'm hearing
I'm just
that.
fucking with you, bro.
Oh shit, dude! I was like,
no,
what the fuck? I
no,
was
I'm
like,
just
bro, I'm
playing
about
with
to
you.
call Gary right now and be like, yo, what happened with the
No,
FBI?
the
FBI.
fuck, bro? No, so who would be? I don't want to be disrespectful to your girlfriend at all, but like, who was your dream girl in the fitness industry? Like, if you were to choose
Oh, dude,
one
Summer Rae
dream
for
girl,
sure. Summer Rae
Summer
for
Rae,
sure. Yeah, easy.
bro. She hates me, man.
Yeah,
I
I've
can't wingman
watched the
you on that.
vids. I've watched the vids of like the photoshopping and stuff like that. But like when I was in college, but I mean now that I'm in the fitness scene, there's not a single fitness girl that I'm like head over heels for because I just
Hmm.
think it's kind of all super superficial. But like back when
Hmm.
I was in college and was kind of just looking at it as a follower, it was 100% Summer Rae.
Right.
Yeah,
Damn,
like
that's
dude, I was
crazy.
obsessed, bro. It's not good. Not good.
I mean, I definitely can't wingman you there, but I mean, I know your army can fucking get you in on that for sure. Dude, I'm
But
kind of
yeah,
the same though. Like right now, honestly, I feel like nowadays, probably years ago, I would have been really interested in like the top influencers, like dating them.
mhm.
And then now I feel like if they're in the scene, I'm not really that interested. Like I'd almost
Yeah,
prefer someone
yeah,
who doesn't have social media.
exactly. And that's what happened with like Noelle and I is like
Mm-hmm.
is obviously Noelle, super sweet girl, like super nice. Literally nothing bad to say about her, but it might have just been because she's also chasing like she's in the fitness industry, right? She's trying to do her thing. She's but like I just didn't I could not vibe with that. And her and I we would talk, we would like before she came here, we would talk like hours on FaceTime and stuff like that. Like and I was thinking, yo, like this is about to be dope. I'm gonna date this girl. We're gonna do fitness content. But then once I met her and we started doing content and stuff, I was like, yo, this is not it. So
Mm-hmm.
and that's why like I have a new girlfriend.
Like you guys
But
just didn't mesh that well, like your
yeah,
vibe and whatnot.
well, I mean, we were honestly like we were good friends. I just don't think like personally, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with somebody in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah, now I just kind of have like a girlfriend now who's not in fitness, and it's been like I'd spend days with her and like I don't get annoyed.
So did you approach her or did she approach you?
Oh yeah, I went up to her. I
And you're like, yo, I'm Soosh.
well, I mean, bro,
I'm a big fucking deal, you know.
no, well, you know how like if you're at the gym, right, and you know you guys are looking at each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like that for a couple of sessions, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just talk to her, and she ended up being 17. She's 18 at the time. I'm 21, or she's 18 now. I'm 21.
Mm-hmm.
So she ended up being 17, and I was like, yo, like, can I work in with you on this? And she was like, yeah, for sure. And then she was actually dating somebody who knew who I was. So she was like, oh, aren't you that Soosh guy? And I'm like, oh yeah, like this is my Instagram, whatever. And then she turned 18, and then her and her boyfriend had broken up, and so then I asked her to hang out, and then it kind of just went from there.
I think that was
So obviously
strategic.
I made sure
I
she
know
was like
damn well
single,
she
and
did that. She did that on purpose, bro.
I don't know,
I
dude.
guarantee
Who
right now, if
knows?
she was on camera right now, I could call that.
Yeah, who
I
knows?
guarantee she looked you up. Or like she knew who you were beforehand, probably actually even more so. Saw Soosh, and then as soon as you guys started talking, she's like, I need to break up with this dude I'm with.
I don't
And
think,
then,
but the thing is I wish I could be like, oh yeah, she's totally like in it for the cloud or whatever, or in it for the money. But seriously, I don't think that's like, dude, she's literally like, she's such a sweetheart. Like, I'll try to
I
pay
wouldn't
for
think
shit,
so.
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I try to pay for shit. Dude, she will not let me pay for anything. It's just like, so
Ooh,
I
little
don't think,
sugar mama.
yeah, yeah.
No, dude, I
So
feel like it's pretty easy to pick up on. I mean, I don't know how good you are at reading people's character, but I mean, at least for me, like if a girl's clout chasing or like chasing a bag, I feel like it's so easy to pick up on. Or even like just guys in general too. Like, I mean, I'm sure you get DMs all the time of people like trying to utilize you for clout or like video views and stuff like
yeah,
that, you know?
there's been time where like guys would come up to me and they're like, "Hey man, like I'm a huge fan. I love what you're doing and I would love to like get a collab video with you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And I'll like go on their Instagram and then they're like not even following me and I'm like, "Bro, if you really fucked with my content, like you would be following me, you'd be subbed to me." And it's like, "Dude,
Right.
what are you doing? Obviously, I'm going to look you up and I don't see that you really fuck with me that hard."
The
Obviously,
part that gets
a
under
follow
my
doesn't mean
skin,
shit. I do want to say a follow doesn't mean shit, but still.
but it's like, yeah, I mean, if they're claiming to be like a diehard
Yeah,
follower
right,
though,
right,
or
right.
like
It's
fan,
like
it's
I've been
like,
watching
come
you
on.
since the beginning, bro. It's like, hey, homie,
Yeah.
you're not even
Yeah, it's
like,
like how you been watching me?
yeah,
Bitch, you checking my profile every day without
yeah.
like being
Seriously,
following me?
he's looking me up,
Yeah. Hey, if
but yeah,
maybe that's the case, then fuck it.
but shit like that, it really is really just like really, man. Like I don't know. I think I just and I don't blame people for like they're hungry. You know, they're doing anything they can to get with people who are relevant, but you know, you got to try to make it organic. I get too many DMs of guys asking like, "Yo, how can I get with this team or how can I get on
Hmm.
your team and whatnot?" And it's like it's I hate to say it, but it's really luck. Like it's
It's just
luck.
a lot of people don't realize, dude, they just reach out to you. Like once you kind of reach that level and like you mesh with it. Like I've never reached out, at least to my knowledge, like any of the brands I work with now. Like it's all like they reach out to me.
Yeah,
You
actually,
know,
I.
like
It's funny you say that because both the brands that I work with, I reached out to them.
oh really? Like
Yeah,
opposite?
because
Hmm.
I was small. I was so Young LA at the time had like 40K followers and I had 13K followers and dude, I actually got my followers to spam them because I had emailed them
Oh
twice.
shit.
Dude, I emailed them twice. I called them. I called their customer support. I'm like, "Yo, who's like I need an affiliate manager. Like, let me talk to them." And they were like, oh, "Okay, we'll like shoot you an email." They never did. I DM'd them, no response. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it, bro. And I just posted a picture with me in their gear that I used John's code for because John's
Mhm.
an athlete. And I posted a picture and I was like, tag Young LA. I just want to talk to him. And they had about 400 tags. And at the time, like for an account with 13K followers, like it like that kind of catches the eye. So
Right.
they like finally had like DM'd me back and they gave me a shot. And then I'm with Gorilla Mode. And when I got on Gorilla, I was only strictly on TikTok at the time. And
Mhm.
I was like, hey, I DM'd Derek personally. I was like, hey, Derek, like, I'm a big fan of your products. I'm on TikTok. I got a lot of kids asking me um, what pre workout I use. I'd love to like plug your shit and get a affiliate link because at the time anyone could get an affiliate link, but
Mhm.
you had to have like a YouTube or an Instagram. And I was like, there's no spot for TikTok. And he was like, okay, I'll set it up for you, bro. And like I
Mhm.
set it up and I ended up killing that too. So, and those are the only brands I work with
I mean,
really.
it's kind of like the thing, you prove yourself. I guess
Yeah,
that, that
exactly.
that would work from your standpoint because I mean, you have such a loyal fan base that I'm pretty sure you could probably promote fucking anything, and
Yeah,
then
that's why I do.
people are gonna buy it.
Right. And I want to be, I don't want to promote, I don't promote any bullshit that I don't like,
Hmm.
that I don't back. Like with Anna bars, I don't know if you're familiar with those protein bars
I
that
saw you post them. I haven't tried
Yeah.
it though.
Yeah. Remington James makes them and he hit me up. He was like, yo, I'm going to give you a couple boxes of these. If you like them, let's get a code for James and I. And I was like,
Hmm.
100%, let's do it. And I tasted them and I was like, I fucking love these. I literally have to limit myself to one a day just because of the whey and like the
Hmm.
sugar. It's like not good for my face, but I have to
Right.
limit myself to one a day. But if I could, I would literally eat 10 of them. So like something like that, I back. And then it's like shit like that. It's just super organic. So it's not hard for me to plug because it's not hard for me to be
Hmm.
like, yo, guys, buy these bars
Because
because
you do
because
it.
I
Yeah.
I, I genuinely like them. You can tell when people are like plugging a product that you don't like. It just
Like
sounds like fucking
scripted.
yeah, dude. It sounds bad.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, because that I mean, like we were talking about, dude. That was the shit that would get under my skin though. Like jumping back a few pages. I mean, yeah, actually, you probably haven't experienced this yet because you've just been constantly on the climb. But it's like when you're on the climb or you're going viral or getting like crazy views, everyone's like all supportive or like buddy friend with you. And then as soon as like you plateau or like your views aren't going like super viral, they just
Mm,
like disappear. And then let's say like
yeah,
you're kind of going steady and then you go viral again, then all of a sudden,
and they
oh
come
no,
back.
like all your friends come back. And it's
Yeah,
like, dude, that's the shit that happens like time and time again on like especially YouTube.
yeah. I haven't had that. I also do keep my circle kind of tight.
Hmm.
Um, so like I feel like if I was like in the dumps, if I was like in a low point, I feel like I would hope most of my friends were like staying true and like kind of by my side. I
Just
think
gotta keep your
that's
circle
probably mostly
small
the
for
case.
sure. Like,
Yeah,
like the legit friends. I mean,
yeah,
like I'm friendly with everyone. Like I'll get along with everyone. I'll talk to everyone. But like the people I actually trust in like my core circle, it's like maybe like four people that aren't even
yeah,
like on social media mostly.
yeah. And
But
that's like
because
my
wait,
my
I guess that jumps back for the people that are watching. How'd you meet James?
dude. So he's a gorilla mode athlete. He was actually the first gorilla athlete,
Hmm.
and I guess he probably had hit up Derek at the time and was like, "Yo, who's this Soosh guy that you just signed?" And Derek's like, "I don't know. He's from some funny TikToker." So he actually hit me up in the DMs and he was like, "Hey man, I watched your YouTube video because at the time I was doing TikTok and YouTube." He was like,
Hmm.
"Hey man, I watched your YouTube video. Like you're really funny. Like keep that shit up." So it was just kind of like a mutual DM. We would slide up on each other's stories like a couple times a month or whatever. And then he was like, "Hey, do you want to like FaceTime?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So I was FaceTiming him and I was actually doing like chemistry homework. And he was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm doing chemistry homework." And he was like, "Are you in school?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "How much money are you making?" And I told him how much money I was making. And he was like, "Dude, drop the fuck out. What are you doing?" And then I was just like, "Yeah, sure." And the next day I dropped out because I was just like,
Hmm.
fuck it. Because it's in my head. It was already in my head at the time, but
Hmm.
just another person like who told me to, it was just like that's all it needed. And I ended up dropping out and I was like, yo, dude, so I dropped out, but now my parents are really upset and they want me to like either start paying for like everything or move out. And he was like, okay, well, I need a place to stay. You want to move in? And I was like, yeah, for sure. So then we just picked Houston because
Damn.
He liked Houston because he knew Alpha Land was going to open up, which is going to be like a huge gym, whenever the fuck that's going to open. I don't know.
Hmm.
But he picked Houston and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm down. So and that's
Do
how
you
that
like
started.
do you like Houston compared to where you were at before?
Oh, I mean, 100%. I was in Georgia, dude. I was in North Georgia, so there's nothing much
Hmm.
there besides like an LA Fitness. So there's no way that I would have the same amount of growth. Like if I stayed in Georgia and like try to do school like my parents said, I would probably have half the growth that I've had. But like just like
Right.
James, dude, James literally has like I owe James practically my career because he had taught me all the ins and outs of like Instagram because he takes he has a passion for cameras and photo
Hmm.
taking and video work, and I just learned that from him because literally like you can have a sick ass physique, but if you don't know how to take photos and shit, it's like you're not gonna like
Right.
Instagram is very visual, obviously, because it's a fucking
Hmm.
big ass picture. Instagram is very visual, so for you to get and Instagram is, I would say, the most monetizable um via like commission codes and whatnot. I mean, obviously
Hmm.
YouTube pays you directly, but I would say Instagram is like the most monetizable thing on there.
Hmm.
So it's like if you have a good Instagram, you have a career on your hand. And he pretty much taught me the ins and outs of that shit of like editing photos, taking photos, just getting a camera. Like he got me into my first camera and shit like that.
Hmm.
So like I said, he taught me the ins and outs of everything.
I was
I wouldn't
actually
be where I am
talking to
without him.
someone at the gym tonight about this like same topic because he brought up David Lade and Tristan Lee. It was mostly David Lade at the gym, and he's like, "Yo, do you think David Lade's natural?" And I was like, "I don't think he was when he was in his PRs and whatnot." But then it like got me on the tangent of talking about how like David is just such a good like photographer and videographer that he knows like all of his angles, how to look good. Because I
Right.
mean, like I've seen majority of these people in person, and it's like they look good in person, but compared to like their Instagram and social media, it's
Oh
like
yeah.
obviously everyone's gonna look like fucking incredible on social media because they're gonna
Right.
post the best version of themselves. They're gonna like some of them take it super serious, like you mentioned, and it's like when you jump into like Tristan Lee, David Late, those are two dudes who are like so lean, but and then they know how to like angle themselves and use the right lighting and like position themselves to just make their physique look that much more crazy.
Yeah, a really good example of this is Lex.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Lex is fucking like looks great, but James and I, it's funny, we call it like posing genetics. Like he can make himself look 10 times bigger. Not saying that he's not big, but he can make himself look 10 times bigger with a certain
Right.
pose or a certain angle. Like make his waist look tiny and his legs massive. So he's like some guys are just fucking gifted at looking big
Right.
um and like looking lean.
Would you say it's like a night and day difference, like in person with him?
With Lex,
Yeah, because actually I haven't
well,
seen him in person.
he's yeah, he's natural. So without a pump, definitely like not night and day, but he definitely looks different without a pump. But when he gets pumped in the gym with downlight, like he definitely
Hmm.
looks like he's fucking massive.
Dude,
But
some people,
but
yeah, that's
because you know how like like training natty fucking sucks. Like it takes
right.
forever to get a pump, and your pumps aren't that good.
Hmm.
So it's like when you look like, dude, I can do fucking 10 push-ups and I'll get a pump just because like the gear that I'm on. So it's like it's
Have you
easy
ever
for me to
had
get pumped.
a Cialis or Viagra pump? Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I take Cialis. I take 5 milligrams. Like probably, I try to do like every other day,
That
just
was
because
like
I
the
don't want
most
to
game
get.
changing. Not that I recommend anyone that's watching ever like take it and whatnot,
I do, bro. Honestly, I'll tell them right now, bro. I would try to get on five
but like the
milligrams.
pumps are fucking like
Yeah,
unreal. You
dude.
take that with like a solid pre workout and you're like set.
Yeah, they are disgusting. I remember the first time I took it. I think I took 10 milligrams of Cialis, and dude, I just had a skin tearing pump, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, this is literally a game changer. And people
Dude,
are
because
like so.
you've made progress quick, bro. Like you've
Yeah,
been
thank you.
like
I think the
going
main thing
crazy.
was thank you. I think the main thing was I was only when I was training alone, like I was on dude, I was on more gear than I was on now. And I would
Hmm.
train alone and I was training at this LA Fitness and I would just go on the bench. I wouldn't go more than like 135. So I was only doing like just pump and volume, no hypertrophy at all. And I wasn't really obviously I grew because I was on test. Like I'm gonna grow regardless. But
Right.
I wasn't growing as fast as I thought I was. And then as soon as I started training with James and started implementing strength training as well as volume and hypertrophy work, dude, I fucking blew up. And
Right.
so that's why I'm so excited for this cut, and that's why I'm been so motivated right now just to shed this fat off so I could see like how much different it looks from a year ago versus now.
Interesting. Yeah, that'd be crazy to see like how much muscle you put on
Yeah,
through
because
like
so
the
many people have been
cycles.
telling me, dude, I watch your old videos and you look fucking so different, bro. Like it's
Hmm.
night and day. So I'm really, dude, if I can't even describe how excited I am to get lean.
What was the deciding factor for you to like go unnatural? Was
Uh,
it just kind of
so
like you were just at your like what you believed your genetic
Oh
potential and
fuck
you
no,
wanted
dude!
to pursue?
I was 6 months into training, bro. I was 6 months into training, and like I said, I was watching you, I was watching Russo, and I was like, yo, like SARMs are legit. So actually, I was at a military school in South Carolina. It's called the Citadel. If anyone watching knows, I went there, and so you can imagine a military school. There's a lot of like manly men, right? Like guys who
Hmm.
are always trying to be the biggest, like they're puffing their chests out. It's like it's alpha males, right? So I was like, "Fuck, man! Like I'm this bitch ass freshman. Like I'm trying to get I'm trying to get jacked." And so like I had heard
Hmm.
rumors about people being on SARMs, and I was like, "Yo, let me look into this shit." That's how I found you guys, and I was like, "Okay." So then I started LGD, and I started eating everything I fucking could.
Hmm.
I think the LGD increased my ghrelin. I don't know if that's possible, but I think it
It probably
did.
did increase your appetite for sure.
Yeah.
Just
Like
being more anabolic.
dude, I was just so hungry all the time. I was eating probably like 4,000 calories a day, which now I
Mm.
can do easy, but at the time it was like totally different.
Right.
Um, and I was just eating so much, and it was college food, so it was like all just like shitty food, bro. I was like breaking out, but I did not care because I literally had gained 30 pounds. Obviously, a lot of it was fat because I was in so much of a surplus, but I had
Hmm.
built so much fucking size. And dude, I felt like a god, bro, because at when you're at this school and you're a freshman, that's like it's like think of it like a fraternity. Like freshmen are like the pledges, right? Like
Hmm.
they're like shitty, right? So I was a freshman and I had these upperclassmen being like, "Yo, my last name's Bannock." They'd be like, "Yo, Bannock, like how the fuck did you get so big? You fuck like are you like whatever, right?" And so I
Hmm.
felt so good. Everyone's coming up to me, "Bro, how'd you get so big? How'd you get so big?" So my ego obviously is just exploding because this is happening. And then I was just like, yo, man, like I just take this arm. I was always like super cool. I was always like, because I would watch you guys, and you guys were
Hmm.
always transparent about what you guys took. So I was like,
Hmm.
hey, man, I was just taking this arm, blah blah blah. I'm doing this, and so then people were like, I probably got a couple guys on SARMs, but it's like it is what it is. But yeah, we were just like all taking SARMs, and then I ended up putting on like 30 pounds, and then I cut, and then I
Hmm.
cut for the summer where I just looked super good, and we were going to parties, and like girls were like, "Holy fuck, this guy's like whatever looks so good." Like girls taking body shots off me and shit. So I was
Hmm.
like, that just kept on fueling my ego, bro. And
Right.
then I started to blow up on TikTok, and I was like, okay, I could have a thing here. I'm gonna hop on test. I'm just gonna stay away from the SARMs. I'm gonna just hop on the real shit. So I like went up to the biggest guy in my LA Fitness, and I was like, hey man, like, can you get me some tests? And he was like, yeah, I got you. So
Hey, let's go. Wait, do you still
yeah,
post on TikTok?
dude, I haven't posted in probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Just because I'm never on TikTok. So
Mm-hmm.
like I just post like clips from YouTube mostly, and then
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't even know that was like where you kind of like
Dude,
was
that
that
was
your like your first blow up, I guess.
yeah, bro. I was just like a normal guy, like on Instagram, normal shit, no fitness stuff ever. It was always like fully clothed pictures, like just a regular kid's Instagram. And I posted a couple of TikToks of just like stupid shit that I thought was funny. And they like my first one got like 60K, and I was like, yo, 60K views is kind of a lot. My
Hmm.
second one, I think I deleted that account because like some bullshit community guidelines, but I think it had like probably 2 mil views. And it just
Hmm.
so it blew up, and I was like, holy fuck. And then people were like started saying the shit that I started saying, and then I started saying like, yo, what's up, pussies? And then that
Right.
just got like a bunch of attention. And then I was lucky enough to be early to the fitness TikTok scene where I managed to bring my TikTok over to my Instagram.
Hmm.
And from that, I went to my YouTube. So it's like you could have I remember always looking at
Like the
these
trickle
guys.
down.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
remember looking at these guys who would have a million, 2 million followers on TikTok, but then I go to their Instagram and they got like less than 10K.
Hmm.
So I was luckily enough um to have everything resonate over, and I just took advantage of the steam that I had, and then I started a YouTube, and then that kind of like took off. And then yeah, so it really all started from just a couple funny TikToks. But I kept the
Dang.
TikToks going until about like a month ago. And
Right.
then now I kind of stopped. But dude, if you want to grow on socials, it's fucking TikTok, man.
I feel like that's the most organic, like actual, like good. I don't know, dude. I feel like Instagram is so hard to like grow now. I don't know if it's like a flooded or like their algorithms all whack or it's like
Dude, you gotta take very algorithm, however you would say it. Really good
right.
photos for the algorithm. I'm talking like I'll give anyone listening the fucking keys. The keys are right here. It's fucking shirtless photos outside. If you have like
Hmm.
if you look lean and unnatty in natural lighting, aka the sun, you're gonna hit the explore page and your posts are gonna start going viral.
Hmm.
And like you look at Tristan Lee, like how did he blow up? He was just so fucking lean. So if you
Right.
wanna and like I was talking to somebody like Levi Mack, I don't know if you know who he is. He's an Instagram influencer, and he was like, dude, when I was bulking, my growth just halted. So he cut
Hmm.
down again, and then it just went back to normal. So it's like the Instagram algorithm is strictly like look lean, bro. Honestly, so
And
that's why
compared
I'm
to
excited.
TikTok, dude, like some people will post a TikTok and they'll be like, I have some friends who like haven't really made it on Instagram or like YouTube or anything. Like they pull no views, not like a lot of interaction, and then like a million followers on TikTok. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Like the growth there is insane.
yeah, and there's James and I. It's funny because James and I will be like, yo, this is the TikTok engagement. Because if you look at a lot of guys who came up from TikTok, all of their engagement is fucking disgusting. Every single one of them.
Like bad
It's
or
like
good.
good.
Oh, okay.
Like their engagement is like, dude, my engagement was almost 50%. Like
Hmm.
I had probably 15K followers, but I was getting like 7 to 8K likes,
Dang.
which is fucking ridiculous.
Hmm.
So and that's why like when Young LA saw my shit, they were like, okay, we'll give this kid a shot because he's got such good engagement.
Right.
But and that's the thing is like the main thing that I look for to see if someone is relevant or if they're popping is like their engagement. I can care less how many followers you get. It's like more of the likes and comments and how many people are genuinely like
Dude,
fucking
I
with
know.
your stuff.
I mean, you know people too, obviously, that have like fucking like millions of followers, and then they
Yeah,
get
and
like
they're
20 comments on a post, and it's like,
yeah, exactly.
nah,
Or
like
and
that's some bot
even
shit.
and not even the comments. You go to the comments and it's like maybe they'll have 100 comments, but it's all like weird
The
emojis,
generic, yeah, dude,
like the
that's not
strong
really
arm.
talked about that much. Yeah, dude, like,
Yeah,
or there'll be like multiple of the same comment. It's like obviously they bought like through some system, like something that just like comments
yeah.
random shit. Like none of it matches the post or the caption or anything.
And you go to like if you go to like Larry Wheels is a good example. You go to his thing, you go
Hmm.
to his comments, and he's got like a lot of blue checks commenting, a lot of his homies commenting. But then you keep on scrolling, then you start seeing like different languages and shit like that, and then
Hmm.
different emojis and just super weird shit. So I don't know, man. Instagram's wild because you've got a lot of like the gay like Indian guys
Hmm.
who will love like the muscle bodybuilding follow like they'll follow you just because you look good, and those are the guys who are like DMing you to buy your socks and shit. So it's
Uh-huh.
like they're sometimes they'll comment like some weird shit, or it's like you're genuine followers, but it's weird. Like someone a good example of this is Oliver
Hmm.
Forsland. He's got like a pretty good 50-50 of like of of like algorithm comments and then like
Hmm.
genuine comments like us, like my boys
Okay.
and I.
Right. Dude, because jumping back to the SARMs, like, you'd actually be surprised. I think a lot of them didn't realize, like, when they placed orders for like SARMs and stuff, that like I would see like who it's being shipped to. But dude, there's a lot of fake natties
Really?
that like ordered my shit.
Damn,
But
because
obviously,
half wicked, right?
I'm not ever gonna put them on blast. Yeah, but
Right, right.
like, dude, I was like, I was kind of shocked, like that they didn't know to put like a fake name or something like on the address and whatnot.
Yeah,
Like they just blatantly put their name. It's like obviously as I'm packaging orders, like if a name that stands out to me like pops up, I'm like, oh, like,
that's funny.
yeah,
Like
dude.
big names in the industry.
There's a lot of fucking fake natties still, which blows my mind because it's like I don't know why people like chase that like
Yeah, it's a
status anymore.
yeah. At this point, I almost feel like if you're open about it, you're gonna get more.
Get more respect.
Yeah, dude. Like even, dude. Honestly, go fake unnatty. Like
Mm-hmm.
you might get
Right.
more respect going fake unnatty than actually being natural.
That's
Because then
actually not
people
a
are
bad
like,
idea.
yeah. Because then people are like, oh man, you're so genuine. Like, thank you for doing that. Like, thank you for
Dude,
actually being
that
real.
reminds me of Brandon Harding,
Yeah.
because he like never talked about anything, and then people thought he was. I think he actually claimed natural back then. I don't know if he was a fake natty or whatnot, but then he opened up about his cycles, and then like that was when his growth began. I was
Yeah,
like,
and
dude,
he's
it's just
super
like
transparent now.
yeah, and I was like, dude, people just gravitate like the days of being like super fake and telling people what you think they want to hear are over. Like people just that's why you're like fucking popping off
Hmm.
because you just like are the authentic content.
Yeah, and dude, Brandon looks fucking retarded right now, dude. He looks
Right.
insane.
I
So,
think he might. I think Greg made a video. He might have peaked too early, but we'll see how he comes into his show
yeah,
because he looked pretty fucking nutty. Like I think that was like a week ago when he posted that video. So hopefully he didn't peak too early unless he's able to maintain it to his
I've
show. But
never,
we'll
yeah, I've
see.
never done a show, so I don't know what it feels like to be that lean and shit like that, and what peaking too early means or whatever. But yeah, it's
It
interesting to
basically
see.
means like he's reached his. I mean, it's like his ultimate condition. But then it's like you start to if you try and maintain that, you're either gonna start to sacrifice like size so it's kind of like a timing.
Uh,
Basically, like on show day, you want to be like your most full and like your
but
most
also you're
conditioned.
most lean.
Ideally, yeah, because it's like if you lean out too early, you're kind of like on this shitty track where you may ruin your physique in like the upcoming week or 2 weeks or however long before you peak to your competition.
I see.
So, but it really depends on his coach. I think he has a pretty good coach, so I don't know. I'm sure he'll probably pull it together.
I remember watching, or I don't know when the last time you competed was, but didn't you say you like spilled over or something?
Yeah, so I did two shows back in I think it was 2018 if I'm not mistaken. So I
Yeah, I
won
remember I was
the one
following you at the
show,
time.
and that was like a SARMs only prep. Did like really well there, and then the next show, which was I think like a couple months later, I wanted to kind of do like an experimentation because I took basically like an insulin mimetic, like in that first show that I won, and then the next one I tried taking like the same amount of carbs without doing that, and dude, it was like night and day difference. Like I spilled over so fucking hard. It was
Yeah, because I
like
remember you saying that. I remember you saying you spilled over, and I was like, I have no fucking clue what spilled over means.
yeah, it's basically like you just have too many carbs and then your body just stores all of them and you just where, maybe like a week out from the competition, you're super fucking diced, vascular, like striated, everything's like crazy as fuck grainy. And then once you have like too many carbs, your body just soaks in all the water and you just look soft as fuck. And it's like
Damn.
it just covers everything. So like if you had
Yeah.
like crazy ass abs, you have like this layer of like what looks like fat. Like it looks like you put on a shit ton of fat because you just like put this like water all over. But yeah, it's a whole science behind it.
Yeah. Because I remember
Um,
watching. I was keeping up on your content on that, and then that happened. I was like, damn. Because
yeah.
I know you weren't happy.
I mean, I'd already qualified for like a national show because the one before it
Yeah.
that I won. So I didn't really care too much. I was kind of like doing it just as like practice because I was doing all my preps myself. I didn't have like a coach or anything. Whereas now I
Oh
feel
shit,
like
that's dope.
it's more accessible and there's a lot more like reputable coaches out there. So I was just kind of like playing around with shit, seeing like gear protocols, like going online. And this was before. I feel like nowadays, and that was only wasn't too long ago, but now there's so much more information like readily available that it's easier to kind of like formulate what to do.
Yeah.
But so along with Brett, do you have like beef with anyone at all?
Um, I would say there's no actual real beef out there.
Right.
Like there's not one person that if I saw it'd be like, "Oh dude, I got fucking beef with you." I would
Mhm.
think most of it's just like kind of just playful.
Mhm.
You know how the industry is. It's like everyone's just kind of doing stuff for clicks. So I don't think I have any genuine beef with anybody. And I like that.
Do you get like a bunch of DMs from girls in your DMs like thirsty?
No. Bro,
Really?
my follower ratio is like 3% female.
Really? Only three?
I mean, it's slowly
Interesting.
growing as I hit the algorithm more for like
Mhm.
Instagram. It's slowly growing, but
Right.
like, I mean, it's probably around 5% now. But like when I first started, when I was like come off of TikTok, dude, it was 3%. So it was
Right.
like, and like I'm fine with that, bro. But
Mhm.
yeah, there's not many girls, but like I feel like once, like I was saying about the algorithm photos, once I get diced and I start taking like these really good photos outside and like hitting the algorithm, I think that's when I'm a pretty handsome guy.
Then it's gonna be
So
flooded.
yeah, it's gonna be yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask like if your girl you're currently dating like gets jealous at all about like the social media
No, she
like
doesn't.
aspect of it,
Because
but
she knows obviously that a lot of people are looking at me, but I mean I'm not, I don't sleep with those people, you know.
right.
and she knows that like I wouldn't do anything to hurt her. So
Right. Just comes with the fucking territory, you know.
yeah,
But yeah, man. I mean, that pretty much covers all the topics that really I want to discuss. I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell the people that are watching. Obviously, I'll have like your social media all
yeah.
linked
Thank
down
you. I
below,
was
and I
you.
encourage you guys to follow Soosh on the journey because like we've been mentioning through the podcast that he's like one of the most authentic, like genuine, just
Thank you,
kind of like
man.
transparent people, and that's like really the only people I really fuck with. You know,
Yeah,
like
just like transparent
obviously
guys.
like
Yeah,
just the nature of my channels, like the fake shit I just don't fuck
dude.
with.
Because I literally remember like going back on it. I literally remember watching your shit and being like, yo, this guy's like calling out the fake Ned. He's calling out Brad Casper. Like the Brad Casper shit was always so funny to me. So it was always just like fun shit.
I'm waiting
So
for those days, bro, when the expos come back. Cause I don't know if you ever been to an expo,
dude,
like
never.
Olympia or LA
I
Fit or
no,
anything.
never.
Dude, that'd be sick. Cause I know actually Young LA had a booth because Giordani was
Yeah,
there. Olympia, shit, what year was that now? Like 2019, I think. Yeah, it was 2019. But yeah, we'll have to get you out to an expo once those come back.
yeah, definitely. Whenever an expo is, well, I'll be at the booth. So
Hey, well, dude, I appreciate your time, man. And you know, guys, like I mentioned, Sush is real as fuck. Give him a follow. And
thank you guys.
shit, what's like your catchphrase? How do you end this?
Usually I just be like,
Subscribe, pussies.
yeah, no,
Fuck you
usually I just be like,
guys.
at the end of all my videos, I'll be like, I love you guys. That's pretty much all I say.